Hello guys, Calamity Bricks here with another review talk, actually about armor from history. I thought I'd do a little more history talking. Now, not too far back I did talk about how fantasy versus real, and how I pointed out the flaws in the armor that they had in a lot of series where the females are where the characters' armor isn't really covering much. But here's the truth. Armor is very important in battle. The common foot soldier sometimes had chainmail. Chainmail was also the underarmor of a full suit of armor. So if you had chainmail underneath your full suit of armor, you were fully protected. I mean, you wouldn't even need a shield if you had a full suit of armor. But if you got a shield, then you were indestructible back then. But of course there's also the ballista, which could get through the armor pretty good, but we're talking about pretty much historically accurate armor. Now, let's go ahead and talk about what I think is the most protected. Now, I will talk about some other warrior cultures besides my favorite warrior cultures, one of my favorites. I'll probably do it in the rest. The Spartans, they had a pretty good protection. Their arms weren't covered, but they still had chest armor and head protection, as well as a huge shield. They were old Greek warriors, but they were a pretty good race of warriors. Of course, to my second favorite, the Vikings. Now, one guy started making fun, talking about how the Vikings were not indestructible warriors. Yes, they were. These guys had full suits of armor sometimes. I mean, in one video, this guy talked about how their armor was garbage, how their weapons were garbage. I actually wanted to have a talk with that guy, sit him down, and make him sit and read a full history book. I'm not going to say the guy's name because he might strike my video if I said his name. But I will say he was just insulting the Vikings on For Honor, but I think the Vikings on For Honor are not very accurate anyways. But Vikings were very powerful fighters. And at sea, they were not known to wear their armor at sea. They would have put their armor in a sea chest, which was underneath, which was also doubled as their seat. And it was waterproof, so as they were going through at sea, in their little boats, they had waterproof sea chests that they kept their armor in, which protected them. They protected their armor from rust. They also had, now when they were getting ready for war, they also could put some sort of oil on their armor that would keep it from rusting. They'd actually throw a bunch of grease or oil on their armor before they fought. So their armor was quite protected from the sea salt, the air, if they had to. And sometimes, so either way, the Vikings were very good at fighting. And plus their shields were not garbage either. The Viking shield is a mix of very strong wood with a metal middle, as well as animal hide on the front, which is painted sometimes. But either way, they were very accurate. Strong shields. I wouldn't put them in the same. I'm going to go ahead and get out both types of shields to give you an idea. I wouldn't really compare them to the Spartan shield, but I would say they could go their shield could go toe and toe with the Spartan very easily. It's a pretty good shield, and I think it was pretty cool. And Vikings were also unpredictable. They would actually sometimes throw their shield at their opponent. In other words, catching the opponent off. They would also catch the opponent off guard. Their axes were made for tripping opponents too. So there was several different attacks. If you had shields locked with another warrior, you could just trip your enemy to the ground with the axe. It was very accurate. And of course, they were not shirtless warriors. Neither were the Spartans. They would never run around in just fur. I mean, they would wear animal hide, but sometimes animal hide armor is the best kind of armor you can get. So, anyways, that's it for today. Comment and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you thought I gave you enough information. And hopefully you all walked away with a new respect for the Viking warrior. These guys were better than people put them as. Anyways, that's it for today. Comment and subscribe.